Hey everyone, welcome back to Sengoku Basara Forest Sumeragi. Today we're going to be playing through story mode with Tokugawa Ieyasu. Okay, so Ieyasu's an interesting character. Up till now I've sort of been playing the game with a bunch of side characters. I think the side characters are really interesting in the way they fight and their personalities, so I haven't done too many of the actual main characters yet, except for like Sagon, and I guess Oichi is pretty important, although she's more of a side character now. So Ieyasu is pretty important to the plot of Sengoku Basara. So I'll talk a little bit about his role in the games, and then I'll talk a little bit about his historical roles. Now, I'm not an expert on Japanese history, so what I'm getting is basically what I found from quick searches online and just some general knowledge I've gotten, so I apologize if anything is incorrect or maybe not completely correct, but I'll do my best just to give a general overview so you have an idea of his character. So I guess I'll start with the historical one, because that makes a little bit more sense. So the historical Tokugawa Ieyasu served Oda Nobunaga, and when Oda Nobunaga was betrayed by Akechi Mitsuhide, Ieyasu wanted to avenge him, but before he could, Toyotomi Hideyoshi killed Akechi Mitsuhide first. So Ieyasu had a few skirmishes with Hideyoshi over who was in control of the country, and Hideyoshi had the majority of it, and Ieyasu had like a portion of it. So he was like the second most powerful person in Japan at the time, up until Hideyoshi's death. So after Hideyoshi died, Ieyasu was pretty much the most powerful person in Japan, but there were a bunch of people that opposed his rule and kind of wanted like some relatives of Hideyoshi to take care of the country instead. So that led up to the battle between Ieyasu and Mitsudari at the Battle of Sekigahara. And after that, Ieyasu was able to win thanks to a betrayal on Mitsudari's side, mostly from Hideaki, and Tokugawa Ieyasu basically became the unifier of Japan in the Sengoku era. So his role in the Basara games is somewhat similar. So in Basara 2, he was a servant of Hideyoshi, and he had a different appearance. I've talked about it before. Here's a quick picture again. So he was a younger boy in those games, and he fought for Hideyoshi. People didn't really take him as seriously. And then between Basara 2 and 3, he got this major glow up and became this man you see before you here. Basically, between 2 and 3, he kills Hideyoshi because he kind of believes Hideyoshi is a tyrant, and basically says he's going to unite the country in the form of friendship and bonds. And Mitsunari opposes that because Mitsunari was also loyal to Hideyoshi, but now that Ieyasu has basically betrayed and killed him, Mitsunari is building up the Western army to go against Ieyasu's Eastern army. And then at the end of Basara 3, that culminates in the Battle of Sekigahara, and it depends on which character's story mode you're playing or who you chose to decide basically the fate of the country. Now, Basara 4 is kind of in a weird place because it's sort of a prequel and a little bit of a reimagining, I guess, because Basara 4 kind of goes back to the beginning of the Sengoku era, instead of like Basara 1, 2, and 3 are almost sequential in nature, and their story modes take place after each other consecutively, as opposed to like Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, where they like to, every game has the same plot, they just retell the same story with slightly different battles or slightly different endings. Basara doesn't do that until now. So Basara 4 went back to the beginning of the Sengoku era, and their theme for this game is Sengoku creation. That's why all the characters' normal story modes end with a creation ending, quote unquote, instead of whatever else they want to call it. So in this game, a lot of the characters' story modes retell events of the other Basara games, because we know they've already happened after Basara 3. On the other hand, they've also added some details or changed some things as well, so I think that's kind of interesting, and we'll see that reflected in Ieyasu's story as well. They've kind of done a few things to kind of change that. You also see that I have him partnered up with Honda Tadakatsu there in the bottom right-hand corner. So Tadakatsu was a retainer of the Tokugawas, and he was a legendary samurai. He was considered one of the strongest alongside like Muneshige, and I think they called him like legendary because he fought like over 60 battles or something like that and never got like a single wound according to stories. So basically what they've done is in the Basara games, they've reimagined him as this giant mecha, basically. So the fans call him Hondum, like Gundam. So he's basically mechanical. He doesn't speak. He only makes sounds like the sounds of gears whirring and like steam being released. And no one seems to notice this because, of course, it's Basara. Everything's crazy, so no one says anything or even notices that he doesn't seem to be human or that he flies with a jetpack or whatever. So he's really loyal to Ieyasu to the point of defending him, and he's like a mighty warrior in battle, and so he has like a rivalry with Shimazu and a little bit with Yoshitsugu, so we'll see a little bit of that as well. So Ieyasu is kind of one of the big main characters of Basara. I mean, of course, Masamune is kind of their poster boy in the most recent games, you know, he and Mitsunari have taken more of a center stage. So he does fight with his fists. He used to fight with a spear. Let's have a quick look at his costume. So he has a lot of costumes because he's a main character. So here's his regular one. And I actually quite like his design. He had another cool recolor outfit from Basara 3, but unfortunately they didn't bring it into this game. This is like a school outfit. There's actually a Basara like Gakuen anime based after I think it's like a comic series where they reimagined the Basara characters in like a school setting, and then they actually made an anime out of it. So I think this is from there. Here's a recolor. It's actually not bad. Not as good as his Utage recolor. Okay, now this is an interesting outfit. Now you might be thinking, wow, look at this sexy outfit that's not exactly something you'd expect. So this is an outfit worn by the singer TM Revolution, and TM Revolution sings like pretty much 90% of all Basara media, like games, anime, spin-offs. He usually does one of the songs, whether it's the opening or the ending or whatever, and he's actually a big Basara fan too. In fact, he's such a fan that when he released this album for Basara 3 Utage, his main theme Utage, he created an original character, an OC, based off himself to put on the cover art of that music, and I think he called it the King of Utage. That was his OC character for Basara. And in fact, in the Basara Judge End anime, they created a character based off TM Revolution named Sakai Tadatsugu, and he was a retainer of Ieyasu's, and you don't really notice that he's based off of TM Revolution at the beginning, but then near the end of the story he gets converted to Zavism by Soren out of nowhere, and then Soren christens him with a new Zavis name, which is Revolution. And so I was like, wait a second, Revolution? Wait a second, this character kind of reminds me of that King of Utage. Oh my god, it's actually TM Revolution. So, just a little neat bit of Basara trivia there. And here's a Ryu Street Fighter collab outfit. And then here's Tadakatsu. He uses like a giant drill in battle. You can tell he's pretty big. And he's definitely very mechanical, although I always get weirded out if you look and zoom into his face, or if you see it in the cutscenes, you'll see he's got like a human mouth, and like his left eye has a human area around it. It's a little disconcerting, especially in the anime versions. I'd rather just pretend I didn't see that stuff and he was just fully mechanical. Oh my god, look at this one. It's pretty glamorous. And then this is just his regular outfit, but now he has like all these freaking shields on his back and shoulders. This is his alternate outfit for Sumeragi. So Ieyasu, he has punching or like boxing gloves for his joke outfit. Look how big those are. They like clip into his waist. Very fitting. I can't remember what his joke weapon was for Basara 3. Now here's Tadakatsu's joke weapon coming up. Oh yeah, in this game it's like one of those like barbershop poles. Oh, you can see it even less there. His joke weapon in Basara 3 was like a tree, like an actual like coniferous tree, and it was ridiculous because it was huge. It was like twice his size, and it also spun around like a drill. So you had this like giant ass spinning tree that took up like half the screen. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I guess the barbershop pole is a bit mild in comparison. So something that I mentioned earlier in this series is that Ieyasu is definitely my type of character. People, or my friends, know what is like a very Kiro aesthetic type of character. Like I like characters who fist fight. I like characters who don't wield any weapons and just use martial arts. Ieyasu also has like a positive disposition. His outfit shows off a nice amount of like muscle without giving away too much, and like he just definitely seems like the type of character I would like, which is totally true. But yet, he's not one of my favorite characters in Basara. I think I've grown to like him a lot more, and the reason why I didn't really like him was because in Basara 3, which was the first game I played, which was in English, I picked up the game, and I didn't really know much about Basara other than like some of the anime stuff, so one of the only characters I knew about was Yukimura, and Yukimura was, I guess, by default, one of my favorite characters going into the series, because I didn't really know anyone else, and I liked his design. So I started off with Yukimura's story, and basically in Basara 3, Yukimura's master, Takeda Shingen, is sick for the whole game, so he doesn't really appear except in cutscenes. And so Yukimura is trying to prove himself to show that he is his successor, and like he gets like a surprise attack from Masamune that takes over the castle, and he's basically becomes really like downcast that he kind of failed and maybe he's not as good as he thinks. And then Ieyasu like comes out of nowhere and like basically kicks Yukimura while he's down. Like he basically says to Yukimura, you know what, you're not worthy of being the Tiger of Kai. You know what, I'm actually his successor because he also trained me at some point in time, so beat it, get lost. And I was like, what the heck, who's this guy? He's so mean. And so I did not have a very good impression of Ieyasu, my first impression. But I mean, he turns out he's actually a pretty chill guy. I mean, I think if I went back and replayed the story, maybe it wouldn't seem as bad, or like, I can't remember. I think they make up by the end of it, but I was still very like, whatever. It kind of drove Yukimura also to side with Mitsunari in the Western forces because he didn't like Ieyasu, which at the time I didn't really like Mitsunari, who again I've grown to like because Basara does that to you. Also in Basara 3, Ieyasu just wasn't really fun to play. Like, he's a fist fighter and most of his fighting style involves around boxing, and like I like punching and martial arts stuff. I wouldn't say boxing is one of my most favorite styles, but it seemed kind of boring because I wanted like to do cool like kicks and flips and stuff like that too, things that like Sakon basically does. But Ieyasu didn't do that. A lot of his attacks were just straight punches, and I found that really boring. And I also didn't realize until later, but in Basara 3, he wasn't actually really good at chaining his attacks together, but they actually fixed it for Basara 3 Utage, where you could chain his attacks much better, and then you could also like charge them up, and basically they've improved his gameplay since, but I haven't really invested too much in him because I wasn't really impressed with him in the original Basara 3. So I think he's better now, but I don't know. We'll have a look. Okay, so let's still stick with this difficulty. I think it's been a pretty good difficulty for being able to show off the characters without seeming too overpowered, but also not making it too difficult. I hope I'm not making a mistake here as we start dipping into the characters that I'm not as familiar with.
Tadakatsu, 絆とは本当に強く得難いものだな。豊臣を離れてなおそれなりの勢力として立てるのはわしを信じついてきてくれた皆のおかげだ。しかしまだ秀吉殿や信長公、そして帝には抗えまい。彼らに打ち勝つためにはさらなる絆が必要だ。だからわしは各地に同盟を求めようと思う。険しい道となるだろうが手伝ってくれるな、忠勝。行こう。絆こそが人の救いであると示すために。
So you can see instead of riding a horse in this cutscene, he's just riding on Tadakatsu's back. He tends to do that a lot in the animes and whatnot. I mean, I guess I don't blame him. If I had a giant robot mecha friend, I would totally do the same thing. So not much choice for stages. I guess we'll start with Soren's, just because we haven't done that one as much. So, I know the past few characters I haven't had like full translations of their endings or story paths, because since they're more minor supporting characters, people haven't really gone to the efforts of translating everything. So I do have a little bit more translation material for Ieyasu's story. I have more of a, I guess it's more of a summary, so it's not like an exact play-by-play. I'm going to be doing this drama route since I think it has a more interesting outcome. So maybe when we get to the actual split, I'll talk a little bit more about that. So from what I gather, at the beginning of this game, he's still part of Hideyoshi's forces because we've kind of gone back in time. But he's kind of decided to strike out on his own because he thinks that Hideyoshi is too tyrannical, I guess. So Ieyasu's off conquering lands on his own, separate from the main Toyotomi forces, I guess, basically to find himself. So I guess we'll see how that goes for him.
Iko! ついに1023カ所目のザビーランドが完成しました。開園セレモニーの用意ですよ。ガッチャ。
So you can see Ieyasu has a... Oh, don't spear me in the head there, Tadakatsu. Watch it. Oh, you're getting dangerously close. Okay. So he's got his hood up. And so in Basara 3 and Utage, if you taunt, he'll put his hood up, and the hood makes him less likely to stagger and makes his attack stronger, and then eventually it falls off a little bit. I have a special inscription equipped that makes it so he's always in hood mode, so if I taunt, he'll just do his regular taunt as if he does have his hood up. Not too interesting. It's kind of funny because if you have an outfit that does not have a hood, he will still like pull up an imaginary hood over himself. I guess you just don't get a visual representation of when it is up. Let's show off some of his moves if Tadakatsu doesn't spear me. Oh, I hear someone coming. Okay, no, I think I'm good. So his moves like aren't like super fast. I mean, they're not that slow either. You can charge up each of his punches if you hold the button between each one, but it is a bit slow and leaves him a bit vulnerable. Here's his triangle move. Try not to get Tadakatsu to spear me. See, it's like just a straight punch. You can charge it up. I think it knocks people down too, but I mean, visually, I mean, it's pretty basic, right? A lot of his attacks are pretty... See, this is why, like as I was saying in Basara 3, even though he fits my aesthetic, he... I don't know, wasn't as satisfying for me. Moving attack, just kind of charges for it. It's like it's like the same uppercut animation from his regular attack too, right? So it's, I don't know, it feels kind of lazy. It doesn't feel like he has as many unique moves because of that. His guard stance looks like a boxer's. So again, like his guarding attack, I mean, it's just regular moves recycled from his regular attack string. Here's this new, kind of a new one that they added for Sumeragi, guarding with square. Again, it's kind of basic. It's a recycled animation. It's kind of kind of lazy. I can see why. I think you can like follow it up if you knock someone else in the air. You press a button, he like leaps after them or something like that. I guess I'll have to try it out. And then this one, I guess this one's okay. You can charge it up again. Just punches the ground and whatever. Aerial attack. He's actually got a few aerial attacks. And then heavy aerial attack is like an elbow drop. And then, okay, let's look at his. I remember his R2 moves are kind of boring too. His first R2 move is you just charge it up and he'll like expand his family crest. I mean, I guess it's a useful move, but again, it has a pretty basic animation for his own movement, so I found it kind of boring. This one is just a headbutt. I think you can combo it into things and it like staggers enemies. I'm told it actually does like a significant amount of damage. He looks kind of funny leaning forward for it. Looks like he's about to take a chomp out of something. I'm told it's actually really strong, like surprisingly strong, and you can combo it into things. But again, it's kind of a boring animation, right? I'm not alone on thinking this, right? Not to rag on you too much, Ieyasu, but you're kind of boring. And here's his other one. He picks up Tadakatsu's drill and he throws it. I think it's a cool move, but I think it's still kind of boring because it doesn't exactly draw on Ieyasu's powers or skill sets. It just borrows his friend's powers, so I don't know. Let's give him a try. Oh yeah, there you go. If I hit them with this thing, I can jump up after them and like punch the ground. Can't really see because everyone's in the way. There we go. I mean, I guess it's pretty neat. Let's see how strong this headbutt is. It's kind of hard to tell when I one-shot everything, but... Oh, see, it's got a bit of a startup too, so... Ow! Those exploding balloons! So headbutt the taiko drum there. See? I keep being staggered out. I guess that's pretty strong. Again, his moves don't feel very fluid because his combo string is also really short. So, like, I feel like a martial artist should be like, I'm used to playing them in other games. They're usually really fast and they got like flashy moves and long combo strings. He doesn't have any of that. You have to play Sagan if you want to do some of that. Wow, and his moves has too much startup. I keep trying to like show off his R2 attacks, but I keep getting staggered out of them. His combo potential isn't super great, which is the opposite of what I like in a melee fighter. His Basara attack's also pretty boring. It's just a bunch of his regular attacks strung together. I'll just get Tadakatsu to help me out a bunch, because he's super powerful. I guess, you know, has a pretty good blowback on that triangle move, but still, it's not super good, and you can't really combo in or after it.
追い込まれた時こそ大声のザビーランって嫌がらせです。
皆の者、力を振り絞り立ち、武人である中心である、この立ち会いにてそれらが示されることを祈りましょう。決まった。信じる者は救われます。足元を救われるよ。だから逃げて。足利公の敵であるあなたを手前は何としてでも撃たねばなりませ
See,
ん。
that Basara attack was pretty
それがあなたに
basic.
宿る絆なのだから
It's just the regular attacks
始めよう
strung together with maybe one or two new things.
我が君のため西の立花の本領はこれからです。
この乱世着ぐるみで
At least Tadakatsu's OP, even as a computer.
我が君より先に倒れるわけには。
島流しがすみませんよ。
Maybe I should leave Muneshige alive one day, just to see what just to show you what he looks like when he joins in the fight with Soren. He like comes in on like the Ferris wheel or something. Not as interesting as their Basara 3 stage together, Soren stage. So I don't have much reach with these attacks either. I mean, I don't expect a martial artist to, but... Sorry, I keep ragging on Ieyasu. I feel like I'm just making excuses for why I don't like him. I do like him though. Just had a bad first impression of him. And there's just so many good characters in Basara. Like, it's so hard to pick out a few good ones because everyone's so good. Oh, I can't even pull out my friend's drill. That's oh, stop it! These moves are so easy to get like cancelled out of. I thought the hood was supposed to give me more super armor, and I guess it does, but not enough.
怪しげな乗り物を発見。なんだこの乗ってしまいたい誘惑は。
開演セレモニーの準備が整いましたね。
Okay, he's got a bunch of hammer dudes.
さあ、レッツザビーショータイム。ステップやまないノリノリのダンスビートの中、私たちの愛のための戦いがファンタスティックな花火を打ち上げる。ザビよ。
Let's build up some Basara meter for Tadakatsu.
ザビー峡に入って水回りが綺麗です。
Dude was just standing there. Look at them all cheering and dancing.
ザビー様は言いました。You 好きにしちゃいなよと。ゆえに好きにしちゃいます。
Oh, we got like some dance music going on here this time.
門をかたどれ、熱き絆よ。
That hood almost makes him look evil. Oh, look at the little pupper. Where did Soren go? Oh, here he is. Getting picked up by the angels.
今入信すれば漏れなく僕がつきます。
わしが掲げるこれもまた所詮はだとしてもこの歩みを止めはしない。
That was a pretty boring victory animation. He just pulls off his hood and talks. Sorry, Ieyasu, I don't mean to rag on you so much, but you could have been so much better. Especially for a main character, you'd think. See, this is why I think the side characters in these games are so much more interesting.
Tokugawa, いるか?
直虎殿、わざわざ来てくれたのか。
まあな。で、本田から聞いた件についてだが、私と手を結びたいというのは本気か？
ああ、もちろんだ。直虎殿、あなたたちとの絆が欲しい。
女児童の武力が欲しいの間違いじゃないのか。男なんて所詮乙女を利用することしか考えてないからな。まあ、あの本田が頭を下げてきたくらいだし、武田を倒すまでなら考えてやらなくもないが。
今はそれだけで十分だ。ありがとう、直虎殿。
Let's see what we have next.
竹中半兵衛が豊臣を追われたさじ。伝令。
我が輩ついに欧州制覇。素敵紳士のひげに不可能はないのである。
お尋ね者です。説得を試みますが。
Okay. Yeah, I do like Yoshiaki's stage. Or his new stage for Sumeragi, because he does have his original stage. We haven't fought Senno Rikyu since like episode 1, but it's just a one-on-one fight. Do I even have like a special cutscene with him? He has a special cutscene with Masamune, I think. Let's do Yoshiaki.
Iko, na.
おっとそこの君、出羽の神と欧州三代、敵視したる我が輩にぴったりなのは一体どちらだね。
本気で行くぞ。
ようやく手に入れたこの我が輩にぴったり欧州かって見渡す限り。
That was
我が
fast.
輩は紳士的休養があるのでお先に失礼。ほれ。
Let's go catch him.
この最上義明、貴公らとは戦いの年季が違うのだよ。悔しかったらここまでこう。
すまないがみんな、もう少しだけ耐えてくれるか。
そういえば聞いたことがある。ひげを極めた紳士はとんでもない跳躍で逃げ回ることができると。
まだ追ってくるなら我が輩必死
How do I
して
get back there?
行動に出てしまうかもしれないよ。
I don't want to try to jump the bridge because I feel like I'll fail.
この超需要競争ひげビンビン玄米茶でより素敵に逃げ回るのです。
That's not where I want to go.
さあ打ってこい。この
Oh, he's
全身
spilling
で
up on tea.
その声を聞いてやる。
Where is he? Oh,
追いつくなんてズルしたね。
that was close.
ズルは我が輩だけで結構だ
I
よ。
can't see Tadakatsu, you're too big.
勝てる勝てるのだ。
Headbutt didn't do as much as I thought it would.
もうズルする考えも浮かばないね。
Wait, where do I go from here? Shoot. I'm trying to get back up to the launcher, but I can't. Oh, here it is.
超乳酸菌卵黄梅干し玄米茶をどうぞ。
諸君、しっかり身代わりになりたまえよ。
お任せくだされ。
気づかないのかい。我が輩がまだ2割の力も出してい
I
ない
love the way he shouts, "Wow!"
認めないとも 天がステキ紳士に与えた試練だね。狐跳びの筋肉痛がもう来たよ。
I'll take over the other base later.
捨てちゃ素敵に逃げられま
Is
せ
this
ん
the
よ。
right one? No.
超すっぽん納豆ドクダミ玄米茶。
Is there a launcher here? Yes. It's filling up! At least he's got a big, like, beacon over his head.
紳士の顔も3度までだよ。なるほど。人も立派な紳士の卵だね。
主へのことづけを頼みたいが、うなずいてはくれなさそうだな。
Tadakatsu, I can't see my animations.
全ての敵はわしが追う。
Come on, I got him. No, come on! Wait, he's still... Wait, where am I? Okay.
紳士は紳士に心身を鍛え、紳士を得てこそ紳士でござる。逃げながらも本当のことは考えませんとな。
Nice.
そう、これ一杯で一つ分の野菜入り玄米茶。
Ah, I can't see.
欧州国は気候にあげるよ。国なんてなければ地の果てまで逃げられるよ。ゴー！
本気で行くぞ。
That shadow over his hood really does make him look evil.
本気で行くぞ。
わしが掲げるこれもまた所詮はだとしてもこの歩みを止めはしない。
That was a pretty fun stage. I have a lot of these weapons. Like the same type, I mean.
おーい、家康！
刑事、来てくれてありがとう。会えて嬉しいよ。しかしまさかお前が進んで国長になろうとはな。
まあこっちでもいろいろあってさ。お前こそ随分と大変だったみてえじゃねえか。
ああ、わしはもう秀吉殿には従わない。
それでいいんだよ。けどさ、一つだけ頼みがあるんだ。あいつと決着をつける時には必ず俺を呼んでくれ。
刑事、
Okay, what do we got next?
近頃は巨大な地下道。沢山城。最上義明。時短。
There's Yoshiaki's regular stage. Sakon, Kanbei. There's Senno Rikyu again. Oh, I might as well fight Senno Rikyu. Wait, no. Actually, no. I want to show off Tadakatsu. I haven't had the chance to do that yet. Sure, we'll do it with Yoshiaki. Since that stage is brightly lit and gives me some space at the beginning.
行こうみんな。
本気で行くぞ。
超素敵。紳士王国堂々完成。我が輩誰かに見せたくてたまらない。
この迷わぬ姿勢だけは見習うべきなのかもな。
Okay, so Tadakatsu, even though he's big, he's actually quite nimble and fast. The thing is, he's a little hard to control just in terms of, like, once he starts swinging, his body goes flying all over the place, which is one of the reasons why some of my friends actually enjoy playing him, because they don't have to think, you just mash the button. So here's his regular attack. See, like, he spins around all over the place, you really cover a lot of ground. His regular triangle attack, you release these like pod node things. They like attack for you and also defend you a bit, I think. Whenever an enemy gets nearby, they'll like shoot lasers at them automatically. It's pretty helpful and a little OP, I guess. It really does make him like a Gundam, because there's a few Gundams I remember that have something like this. Okay, if I attack while moving, it's just a... Oh yeah, there we go. And if I hold it, I can charge it up, and the support nodes help make this like triangle that charges me forward. Guard animation. Attacking in midair. Heavy attack in midair. I have this attack, which is like a lightning rod. That one leaves like a little lingering lightning ball. I can also charge my regular attacks, and he'll just turn it into like a spear drill. I think maybe it's a grab or something, like you hit someone in midair. I'll try it out. Then I have this attack. This one turns me into like cannon mode, so now he can't move, but I can shoot cannons. I don't really like using that one because obviously it's like the same with Makuichi's machine gun. Here's his R2. This one's like his heavy mode. So now my drill has like an attachment on it. I also walk like super slow. My attacks change though. So my regular attack becomes that. My triangle attack. I don't even have a triangle attack, I guess. Oh, I do. It's only when I'm doing a moving triangle attack. I don't have a neutral triangle attack. That's interesting. Okay. And then instead of the cannon mode, I do this. Okay, let's turn off heavy mode. And I think this one's flight mode. So my attacks are the same and stuff, but now when I jump, I also don't have a triangle attack when I'm flying. It's interesting. And if I press it, I go back in. This one's kind of useful, I guess, because Tadakatsu is one of the few characters who can't ride a horse, because he's just too big, along with Yoshitsugu and Soren, who have their own modes of transportation. Here's my last R2 move. Oh, this is like electrified mode. My attacks are actually the same. Oh, they are. Oops. They're just electrified now, aren't they? Okay, I'll stick to flight mode, since that is useful. See, my things are already lasering him.
よく来てくれたね。ここが我が輩の超素敵紳士王国。ああ、心ゆくまで楽しんでくれたまえよ。ああ、おしゃ。あれ、出発。
義明様、先ほどの御仁は敵でございます。だよ。なんと趣味の悪い影武者があんなにも。
我が輩の超素敵紳士王国に早速攻め込む者が。極秘に進めていた
Thought I lost my flight thing, so I was trying to get them back.
が漏れたのかね。
ではただで返すわけにはいきますまい。だね。
That is a throw, or grab, sort of.
この素晴らしい超絶素敵紳士王国を
He's over
し
here.
っかり自慢
Oh,
し
he's
て
not.
世に広めてもらおうじゃないか。
Oh, he's somewhere around here.
あ あったそこの君、出羽の神と欧州短大、素敵紳士たる我が輩にぴったりなのは一体どちらだね。
This episode is just gonna be let's beat up Yoshiaki over and over again.
家康様が戻られ、
Where is
三
he?
河もまた蘇ったのだ。
Oh, here he is.
ヒゲだけはぶたないで。
Just go flying all over the place.
わしの絆、そして心ね、分かってくれない。
Oh, he's getting away.
我が軍を阻む者なんてありはしねえ。
See, I can't control where I'm flying to because I just get knocked around so much. I'm trying to knock him away from the boat, but I'm just knocking him towards it.
目にゴミが入ったのだ。
Let's do my Bazaar attack.
ところでこの全自動茶柱付き湯飲みをあげてもいいのだよ。
Just a big lightning attack.
君は永久にだよ。
So, since I killed him early, he should play dead, not to do it again. There we go. He's like invincible for that split bit.
どこら辺が自慢なのか、俺には全然わからん。
ショック、ヒゲを整えろと言ったはずだよ。
これは恥じるばかり。
我が輩のヒゲ先からも水が吹き出したら
That's not what I want. Okay, well, I guess I'll do cannon mode for a little bit. That's my electric move. That's not it. Oh, there we go. Dang. Tadakatsu has a lot of super armor. Just because he's so big. Even just running into people does damage. So you'll see the horse there. Doesn't let me. See, and I don't get knocked down either by those like dog pile guys. So I can definitely see why people would like playing him. He's pretty powerful in multiple ways. Because I like playing Soren and Yoshitsugu only because they don't get like the knockdowns and stuff too, which is so convenient, but they're not great characters in terms of maneuverability, but Tadakatsu has it all. I see some dudes coming to take over my base. Let's go defend my base. I know you don't have to take over all the bases to win, but it just feels really good to do so. Oh, that's not where... Actually, no, I'll go this way. See, this flight mode is so convenient. Except I can't really see where I'm going because the camera's tilted down. Kind of funny. Hey, get back down on the ground. Tadakatsu, please. I can't let him escape.
水の滴るいいひげは艶やかだろう。倒れるまでが紳士です。諸君、しっかり身代わりになりたまえよ。お任せくだされ。
When I knocked him closer to the boat, gonna knock him away.
いいんだ。強き己なんて無理に演じる必要はないさ。
Nice job, Ieyasu. Let's taunt. If I could take over the base before.
Wa わしが掲げるこれもまた所詮はだとしてもこの歩みを止めはしない。直虎殿は忠勝のため、慶次は秀吉殿のため、それらはとても強く純粋な絆だ。だがわしはそんな思いをも利用しているのだろうな。国を、三河の民を守るために。力を覆す者が仲間という名の力であるならば、わしの求める絆とは一体何だ。力と絆、その違いはどこにあるんだ。
上杉軍が買わなかった。何やら伊予河野軍が。
Okay, so Ieyasu did get an anime route in Sumeragi, which is the red scroll here. So again, not everyone has an anime route. It's called an anime route because the ending is animated. I think I'm still gonna do the drama route here. So, like I said, he's kind of struck off on his own from the Toyotomi to kind of prove himself, conquer some lands. He has a little bit of self-doubt right now, whether he is doing the right thing or whether he is basically becoming like Hideyoshi because he has to use violence to do all these things. Also, along the way, Keiji, who is a friend of Ieyasu and Hideyoshi, basically told Ieyasu, if you're gonna go confront Hideyoshi, let me know about it. So that's kind of where we're at now, and then here we're gonna find out that Hisahide is attacking Hideyoshi. Hisahide has some bad blood with Hideyoshi. He's kind of also part of the reason why Hideyoshi became a bit more tyrannical from Basara 2. Again, Hisahide is kind of more of the scheming villain from the shadows for a lot of the games, so Ieyasu is going to go and basically try to put a stop to this fight, or whatever, so I guess we'll see. Very loose translation.
どうした忠勝、何かあったのか。そうか、豊臣軍が動き出したか。ならばわしも座してはいられないな。秀吉殿に会いに行こう。わしの答えと絆を解くために。それで忠勝、秀吉殿が戦わんとしている相手はね、松永だって。それは本当か。敵があの男だとすればまずい。一刻の猶予もない。刑事は今は呼び立てるだけのいとまもないか。行こうみんな。
かっこ撃破にこだわるな。 取り囲み押し進みながら潰していけ。
本気で行くぞ。
これは驚いた。微笑ましい誤算だな。少々硬いが十分効くには耐える音色だ。
好きにほざくがいい。過去の斬新。今や拙き還元に突き動かされる我ではない。
伝説の忍びに加えて家康君か。やむを得ない。これも僕の甘さが招いた結果だ。
震わせてくれたまえ、この不可能の大人き身よ。
我に何を期待する。
See, like I'm trying to knock him away with that attack and follow up with it, but it just doesn't follow up. Who's attacking me? Oh, these guys are spinning around and making a flaming tornado with their spears. I'm just gonna defend my base and wait for Hanbei and Kotaro to come to me. See, like none of these moves really flow together. I don't feel like they like cancel into each other very well. Okay, is this Kotaro or Hanbei? It's Kotaro. Oh no, it's Hanbei.
悪いね、急いでいるんだ。早く済ませよう。僕がこうして夢を見ていられるうちに。秀吉を捨て求めた答えは得られたのかい、家康君。
Where is he?
答えられぬ。
There you are.
させてくれるものだね。正直に言おう。君を時代の僕に据えたかったよ。中心たる三成を置いてか。まあそうだ。君は三成君よりも理解していたはずだ。力というものの本質。
So trying to combo into the headbutt, which I mean it sort of works, but not as great. It doesn't have great reach either. You don't run away from me. Thanks, Tadakatsu, but I think you're knocking him away from me. You can see Hanbei cough a little bit before he dies because he suffers from like a medical illness, which is what eventually does take his life in the Basara storyline. Wow, Kotaro, you're not doing so well. He's the yellow boss and most of the bases are red now. Oh, he's got one back. Is he coming this way? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Let's take this one back. Oh, Tadakatsu, you're like ringing your cannonballs right in my ears. Ow. Trying to get rid of all these commander dudes first, since they're the ones who rally the regular dudes into doing formations. Like that. Oh, here comes Kotaro.
は確か北条殿のしのぎ。そうか、今は松永の手のものなんだ。
I'm gonna save my Basara attacks for Hideyoshi and Matsunaga. Oh gosh, come back here, he's so fast. Oh, don't run away, you coward! Ow. These cannons are so annoying. Tadakatsu! You're knocking my prey away! Corner him, there we go. These stupid cannonball dudes are so annoying. Yes, zap him. Thanks, friend.
とはすなわち生きながらの死だ。
Tadakatsu keeps knocking him so far away. So might as well just let him do all the work, eh? Ow! Get me up! This is why I need that acrobatics inscription that makes you automatically get up when you get knocked down. I think only a couple of my characters actually have it. Oh, he got knocked down by the red enemies. Good for them. Good for them. Oh, what? Did he just fake me out and go backwards? Dodge backwards? Where is he? Oh gosh. Taro is so annoying to fight when he's actually actively trying to get away from you. I'm so glad that Ieyasu's, a semi-decent character. I remember trying to do this as Hideaki was not easy. Okay, let's go take the bases. I think those two bosses don't start really... I think they're fighting each other, but they're not really moving from the center of the stage until I get there. I remember the first time I did this stage, I can't remember if I said this before, but I was like a low-level character, it was my first time, and it was so hard. I got like everyone killed except for Hideyoshi, but I was out of health, so I had to run around the field looking for like health boxes, but I used them all up, so I had to like lure Hideyoshi around, because he was pretty tough for a beginner character, especially with his grabbed attacks, so it was not fun. Still one more. See, like even my forward triangle attack doesn't have much range or oomph to it, really. Oh, come on, I almost had it. Thanks, Tadakatsu. Okay, let's go do this. And if I kill Hideyoshi first, then Keiji's gonna try to come in. Oh, they're starting to move out of the middle.
門をかたどれ熱き絆よ。
Where'd they go? Oh. I'll turn on maximum style gauge. Let's get Hisahide first if possible. Oh, come on. Okay, Hideyoshi, where are you? Oh gosh, there you are. Oh, he's got me by the head. Ow. These grabs are so painful. Oh, Keiji's still coming. Sorry, Keiji. I'm trying to talk and think at the same time while fighting. I meant to consult you first before fighting Hideyoshi, but we didn't have time. Ow! Oh, he almost like suplexed me into the ground. Tadakatsu, you take care of this. You're a big guy, just like he is, right?
そうだな。最後の最後、素晴らしい共鳴だったよ。秀吉！
I like those claw gloves that Hisahide has. They're actually kind of cool. So he can do his Roy Mustang thing. Snap his fingers to start fires. It's kind of good that we just did his... Well, we didn't do his story, but we played as him when we did Kotaro's story, so we had a little bit of a background of him before seeing him here. Worked out nicely. Okay, so this stage is Battle of Sekigahara against Mitsunari. So there are 2 Sekigahara stages in this game, one against Mitsunari and one against Ieyasu. So I believe the story goes that, like, well, in Bizarro 3 it was said that Ieyasu killed Hideyoshi between the events of Bizarro 2 and 3. So if this game is a retelling of it, or a new spin-off it, or an offshoot or whatever, they've changed it so now that Hisahide was the one who killed Hideyoshi and Ieyasu just happened to be there. I don't know how I feel about that change. I feel like it kind of absolves Ieyasu of some guilt and kind of changes his character and some of his motivations, so I don't know how I feel about it. So basically Mitsunari is a big Hideyoshi fanboy, and of course he hates Ieyasu for killing Hideyoshi, so that's why he gets his famous, like, Ieyasu cry. So from what I understand, going into the stage, word has already spread, and Yoshitsugu has told Mitsunari that Ieyasu was the one who killed Hideyoshi, and Mitsunari, still trusting Ieyasu, actually chooses to give Ieyasu the benefit of the doubt so he can confront me directly and we can talk about that. That's what the story is saying here. So again, a little bit of a change and a departure from what we've heard before from Bizarro 3, so let's see how this plays out.
Mitsunari, 良いか、落ち着いて聞け。遠征先にて太閤の軍が壊滅したとの知らせが入った。なんだと？ギョン！いかに貴様とてその上限は許さない。 誠の話よ。あいにくだがな。しかも戦場に足利以外の軍が攻め入った形跡がある。誰がそのような不遜な真似を。まさか家康。そう、なぜか居合わせた徳川のみが残り、今この地に迫りつつあるとくれば。嘘だ、秀吉様。秀吉様。行こうみんな。
三成、秀吉殿が倒れ、まず思い至ったのはお前のことだった。
嘘だ、私は信じない。秀吉様が、半兵衛様が撃たれたなどと。三成様。
I mean, I guess I did kill Hanbei. Come to think of it, with this new version of the story.
まずは小手調べよ。我も一つ博打としゃれ込む。春はこやつよ。
掴んだ未来もかけなきゃ離れていっちまう。さあ一発勝負だ。島左近入ります。あんた本当にやっちまったのか。三成様にとって一番大事なものを。
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
その様子では何も
Can't see Tadakatsu. You're becoming a hindrance, even though you're basically doing all the work.
さらに三成は心震わせるので。
あんたそうかよ。
Ow! I can't, I'm like not doing anything to him because he keeps guarding and then Tadakatsu just comes and knocks everything out of the way. Got a little bit of super armor, but it's not super impressive with my hood mode.
このままあれが生き絶えれば、我はあんたが張った命無駄にはしねえよ。
What do I keep getting stuck on? I don't have much range with this attack. Tadakatsu's doing most of the work here. Sorry, Sakon.
Sakon, 罰ならばわしが好みで受け止める。
そうだな。
Ah!
次なるは死の霧など見守ってやろう。
Can't get in because there's like a ninja barrier. That was a log. Where's the real ninja? Oh, I forgot about this part. So they're gonna release a bunch of like poison mines, and I gotta take over the bases to make them go away or break them apart one by one. Where's the ninja? There you are.
すでに仇がこの世にいないと知れば、お前はためらいもなく準ずるだろう。だから。
Ah. So by taking over bases and killing bosses, I fill up that blue gauge at the top of the screen, and the goal is to get it to 100.
水谷様のご期待だけは何があっても裏切れぬのだ。
さて真田、我との次に守ってもらおう。
大谷殿、承知、捕まった。この雪村、今燃えずしていつ燃える。武田に真田ありえ。いざ日の本にこの雪村ありえ。
So normally Ieyasu has a special fight cutscene with Yukimura. I don't know if it's gonna show because we're on a story mode version of the stage.
おお、来たか。主も見やれ。天外に咲くすみれ色の星を。我はな。
So in Basara 3, Yoshitsugu usually has a rivalry with Tadakatsu because Yoshitsugu is Mitsunari's right-hand man and Tadakatsu is Ieyasu's. So on a lot of the stages they're shown to be like in conflict with each other. So many enemies here. I want to take back the other base before they... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say before they get it, but... So many enemy commanders down there. What? They already took it back. Normally this isn't a... Well, these fan guys are really annoying because they basically take over bases in just one hit. This stage is usually okay on normal mode, or on, like the easiest difficulty, but... And with a character that I actually think I'm pretty good at playing. There you are. I just want to clear all of these guys so I can move on to the next base. They're all coming this way. Ieyasu does not have great AoE. Sorry, man, but you just don't. The woes of being a fist fighter, I guess, but... Oh, no, you don't. Okay, I think I'm done here. Oh, there we go. So that dual cutscene is in reference. Oh, I think he's under me, like on the bridge beneath me. I'm like, kind of weird because I'm not near him. That dual cutscene is a reference to the fact that Ieyasu used to use a spear in his first appearances, and they were both kind of trained by Takeda Shingen. lately, Ieyasu's been more of Yukimura's rival instead of Mitsunari's because they've kind of been pushing an agenda of having Masamune come back into the spotlight, so he started becoming Mitsunari's rival for really no reason other than publicity. I'll talk about that in a future episode. Just a random thought. Oh, there's a bunch of dudes coming to take my other base. I don't have time to deal with all you guys over here. Ieyasu is not very good at this. Okay, time to go save my base. I think Yoshitsugu and Yukimura are coming over there too. There he is. Oh, they're both here. Okay, we might as well double Basara attack this. Where's Yoshitsugu? Oh, he's behind me. Ah. Yoshitsugu is annoying as a computer to fight because he's ranged. He's not very easy to fight, like, as a playable character, where like it's not easy to use him, but as a computer enemy, he's really annoying. His body just disappeared as soon as it hit the floor. I just need to take one more base back and then we'll be good. Just do this one since it's... Nice. So the reinforcement stops coming too. Oh no. There you go. That fan guy is so annoying. He just takes out your base in one hit. Oh, all the reinforcements are gone. Okay, might as well take over everything below. Poison's still there, I think. I don't actually know if it's poison. It doesn't seem to lower my health. But it's doing something. Oh, he like parried me. How dare. I can't see anything, Tadakatsu. Are you trying to be helpful?
家康、私はただ肌寒いんだ。
三成、
答えろ家康。貴様なのか。貴様がこの世から秀吉様を奪い去ったのか。
ああ、間違いない。秀吉殿はこの手でわしが撃った。
家康、
何が貴様をそこまで愚劣に動かした。
絆の世を得るためには秀吉殿が邪魔だった。何のことはない。ただそれだけの話だ。
そんなことのために無縁の戦に割り込んでまで。
秀吉殿とて所詮は人の子だな。一度奇襲を成功させれば無防備この上なかったよ。
なぜそんな意味
He's giving him this one-sided beatdown.
三成、残念だがこれでお別れだ。悪いがこれ以上お前に費やす時間はない。来い、忠勝。
待て家康、行くな。なぜ私を殺さない。家康、いつか必ず貴様を殺してやるぞ。
わしを憎め三成。わしを恨み生きてくれ。
Okay, so basically what I read is that so Mitsunari gives Ieyasu the benefit of the doubt and decides to ask him for himself if he killed Hideyoshi, and Ieyasu knows that Mitsunari basically wouldn't have any will to live without Hideyoshi, and he can't get revenge because Hisahide apparently also died in that fire, or so it appears. So Ieyasu decides to tell Mitsunari that he's the one who killed Hideyoshi, and basically telling him to live on and hate him for it. So I don't know how I feel about this change to the Basara lore, but I guess that's what it is now. Ieyasu didn't actually kill Hideyoshi. Okay, so we did Zabiland. And Yoshiaki. Yoshiaki again. Hideyoshi and Hisahide. And then Mitsunari.
ああ、忠勝か。大丈夫。わしは元気だ。皆を導くため下を向いてはいられないからな。
その時代は1000年の時を超えて繁栄を極めるのであった。
So there we have it, Ieyasu's drama root story. Now there was one cutscene that I want to show off with Ieyasu, and it's not really even that spectacular, but maybe we'll do it in free play. He has a special dual cutscene they added for Sumeragi with Yoshiteru. I don't know if it actually appears when you're playing as Ieyasu, or if it's only if you're Yoshiteru and you fight Ieyasu. So I know Yoshiteru has a few stages here. I think, is this the one where you just fight him straight up by himself? I think it is. We'll give it a try. I just want to show off because I think it's got some neat aesthetic stuff in it.
友よ、ここに至るまでその手でいかなる時代を作ってきたのか、それを世に教えてくれ。本気で行くぞ。
Oh no, this is an actual stage.
購買よ、時代をかけし者の力。
That's okay.
見極め
This is on easy mode, so
いいですよ。 安きこと。
and we haven't seen this one yet, so
あなたは嵐を呼ぶ雲であると。
this stage has Tsuruhime, Motonari, and
ズババババババーッと
Kenshin.
振り払っちゃいますよ。卑弥呼様と足利さんにお願いされちゃいました。だからあなたを見極めます。いい人か悪い人か。もう疲れちゃいま
The
す。
stage is kind of annoying though because it involves a little bit of chasing, so I don't know if I'm actually going to do well on those parts, but
あなたのことは分かりました。私はそれを伝えに行きます。ほっぴょんぴょんと飛んでいきますよ。
まずい。このまま伝令されては
we also didn't get to see it. Well, actually no, I was about to say we didn't get to see a new stage for this playthrough on this episode of Kiro Plays Basara, but the Battle of Sekigahara against Mitsunari was new. I want to show you guys as much as I can. Okay, so Tsuruhime is standing on top of this log, shooting her arrows, so we gotta knock her down. She does her heavy air attack where she falls on her butt on you when she falls back down. Oh, come on. What if I just destroy all of these before she... Oh, she's on top of this one. Okay, good.
「幾百の時を経てもなお滅びぬ国」「そこへ導きうるはただ一人」「このアマテラスの巫女のみよ」貴様の情報帝への布石にもできよう。見極めておいて無駄はなかろう。
Stop knocking them away, Tadakatsu.
陰らせぬ。断じて。貴様。我が思った
So he's gonna start running away, and we have to try to kill him before he disappears. I don't understand that cutscene.
報告はしよう。形ばかりであろうと。
It's like those doors are portals or something. It's a lot easier to catch though than Kenshin, who's also going to run away from us, but is a lot faster. Ow. Motonari can create like clones of like duplicates of himself to act as decoys. You couldn't see his dual animation, but Motonari just spins his thing, his ring blade in place, which is kind of neat. I keep calling them duels, Kate. I think it's like, it's a clash or a duel when you hit someone at the same time 3 times and you get that mashing cutscene. And then there's also like special boss cutscenes between rival characters, and like the person who posted it on YouTube calls them like clash or duel cutscenes, which I think is not a direct translation. I think they're more just like rival cutscenes, so I keep calling them duel cutscenes even though they're not exactly that, so if I confuse anyone, I apologize. There's a rival boss cutscenes, and then there's like actual clashes between characters when you hit each other too many times at the same time. So Kenjin's up ahead, and then once we down him, he's gonna run away, and we got to beat him before he runs. He's faster than Motonari.
この日の元に幾度となく繰り返されし選定のいざ問わんそなたは誠の主なりやそなたが帝にもたらすの私はそれを見極めねばなります身を払い己が剣にて務めよかしこまり候お前の中の虎を呼び起こすわしが継いだ虎の魂
Might have to use maximum style gauge to catch up with him if he's too fast.
願わくはあなたが帝を満たせし者であらんかの者の魂しかと見極めました
Those ninjas almost stopped me. Thanks, Tadakatsu. See, I don't even... Ieyasu's attacks don't even hit downed enemies. Or maybe I'm just using the wrong attack. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Oh, thanks, Tadakatsu. You're a real bro. Real robot bro. Even though no one acknowledges that you're a robot in this game. There's like cute fan art too I've seen of like Ieyasu like managing and doing maintenance on Tadakatsu. It's really cute. Okay, we'll see if we get this cutscene with Ashikaga, and if not, then well, too bad. Oh, I thought I killed that guy. So remember that Yoshiteru's kind of aesthetic is based after like a roulette wheel with the black and white? Or with the red and black, sorry. See, isn't that cool? His arrows created like a roulette wheel. So this is what I would call a clash, or a duel, or whatever, I guess. Oh, he's hard. I still like how Ieyasu takes off his hood. He just kind of shrugs it off. It looks kind of kind of funny. I love that big sun and the tiny little like dog. Did he just like fully heal himself? That's not fair. I'm like stuck on this wooden floor panel. Ow! Oh, I parried him. Nice. Look at all those like teleporting steps he can do.
友よ、人々を導け、新しい世界へと。
That was pretty cool. Ieyasu also gets cutscenes with Mitsunari, which we didn't get to see because of the story cutscene, and Motochika, and we saw the Yukimura one.
わしが掲げるこれもまた所詮はだとしてもこの歩みを止めはしない。
There we have it! A little bonus stage with Ieyasu to show off his interaction with Yoshiteru. Got a lot of weapons from that one too. I mean, overall, I did enjoy playing as Ieyasu, but he is definitely not within my top, like, 10 or so favorite characters to play as. I mean, most of my favorite characters I've already shown you guys on the previous episodes, but there's still a couple characters I do enjoy that I haven't shown yet, so those will probably be the next couple ones I do, and then I'll wrap up the rest of the cast, and I want to at least cover everyone once, like, not all 40 characters, like, probably, like, half of them. That's why I'm doing showcases of the partner characters as well, so I kind of double up on them. So with that, thank you so much for watching this episode of Kiro Plays Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye-bye!